What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Deja E.
And it's your boy, Dante.
And we are back with another great episode of Culture Clickbait. And y'all already know, we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment, and we determine whether it's for the culture.
Or simply just for clicks.
Period. Yeah.
How you doing, Day to Dawn?
I'm good. You always mix all my names, and I low-key love that.
I know, because I know all your errors of your name.
Literally. That's so funny.
You don't even know mine, though. I done changed a few.
Spank 2 Live.
Okay.
Then you changed to Dante after that, and then now you kind of like do the Dante B thing from time to time.
Okay, so you got a little something.
But
okay.
you're Premier Forward as well.
You hit it.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, I love it. My dog know me.
I know my little ones and twos, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Now, really quick before we go into any of the topics, this week has been crazy. I did have some things I wanted to talk to you about before we got started. Mm-hmm. So, if y'all don't know, this week Mariah Carey was in the media, and it wasn't even about her. It was about everything that was going on with Money Long and Tori Kelly, who did the tribute to her.
Yep.
Now, social media was kind of going like crazy at Money Long, right? But it come to find out, like, Money was actually asked to do the performance. I ain't gonna lie, I liked the performance, but it wasn't bad.
I don't think it was bad either.
I don't think it was bad.
I think Money Long sung it the way she would sing it for her optic of voice, if that makes sense. I think she did a good job. Now, everybody was going crazy because they felt like Mariah's expression during the performance screamed something else.
Now, we know Mariah do not have a poker face.
No, she don't.
She show everything.
So I would like to know what that face is about, right? Only because it might not have been to the actual performance.
It might have been to get the camera out of my face.
Yeah, like it could have been the camera person. It could have been the person that was next to her. They could have been talking to her during the performance and she's trying to actually like focus. There's so many moving parts to a show that we can't say that was the response directly to Money.
Right.
But Tori Kelly damn sure came through and swept the room up.
No, Tori Kelly did her thing though. Like when we talk about vocals, that's why I say both. I think both women did pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially in their own way. I love Tori's vocals. I love Money Long vocals. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know who would have fucking killed the show? Lamani Singh.
She would have.
If the young girl Lamani, she's like 16 years old now. If she would have did that performance, I'm not gonna lie, that would have been a moment.
Baby Mackenzie would have ate it up too.
Mackenzie be coming through too with the vocals now.
Know.
She be coming through with the vocals.
She do. Very seasoned. Very seasoned.
How was your weekend though? Of all things, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I got to celebrate my best friend's 30th birthday party. Well, her birthday. I shouldn't have said party after that, but I got to celebrate her 30th birthday. And we had a dinner for her, so that was very cute. Outside of that, I didn't do too much this weekend. I feel like over the course of the week, it was so much happening. Like our Culture Clickbait group message was going up hour after hour after hour from like Monday to Thursday. It's like the world was set on fire just with a bunch of different things happening.
I felt like so much stuff happened within this 1 week that it's even hard to kind of keep up with all of it.
Yeah, for sure.
This probably has been one of the most jam-packed weeks. Now, if we talk about my weekend, I would say I didn't do a lot this weekend. This is another one of those little chill vibe weekends.
It's not bad.
But what I did do, I spent the block.
You spent the block?
I spent the block.
Like on somebody?
I spent the block.
That you used to talk to? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. You supposed to move forward motion only, my boy.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad at it, bro.
I mean, hey, mess with who mess with you.
It is what it is. What he said? Trick on who trick on you?
Yeah, hello, somebody. I know that's right. So we're going to go ahead and get right into these topics because we have a nice little list for you guys today because like I said, the week was jumping for whatever reason. It was very hot in the streets. We have Micheal Jordan, who opened up his 4th healthcare clinic in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Dante, this is amazing because he's servicing low-income families and the surrounding community. Now, he is partnering with Novant Healthcare, and this is just amazing for him to be doing overall, right? We love any type of giving back to our families and ones in need, but what makes this even greater is it's 7,300 square feet, and it has 12 patient rooms inside of it.
Come on.
So they will be servicing a decent amount of people. We have healthcare physicians, and we have different community resources that'll be located there. So this is amazing.
I think in this climate of the economy that we are in, I'm actually happy to hear that.
Me too.
Especially coming with the healthcare clinics and things like that, because as we see, even at the local clinics we have here, they be full.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people just dealing with stuff on a daily basis, and it feels like there's not enough room for any of them. So for him to do this, honestly, it's one of those, I'm not gonna say untapped markets, but it's like, I wouldn't have saw that coming.
Yeah.
And that's why I can appreciate it, because it's not something that's cliche for an athlete or a person of his stature to be a part of. So actually, I like the fact that he's doing that. It shows that he's giving back to the community in a heartfelt way as well.
For sure.
With things that we need.
For sure. And you know, health is wealth, you know what I'm saying? And with him being a former athlete, it makes sense that he's doing something to drive health to his community, you know what I'm saying, and to our people. So I think that this is amazing, and this is definitely something that's for the culture, where we should be hearing more about it. Because I'm not gonna lie, when it got put on the list today, that was the first time I ever even heard of Micheal Jordan having these healthcare clinics. So I feel like stuff like this needs a lot more buzz. Like, people need to be talking about it a lot more. All we talk about with Micheal Jordan is his shoes, you know what I'm saying, his clothes and different like fun collabs, but this is really like cultural.
Yeah, if you ask me, I'm definitely gonna put this on the cultural docket for me. It's definitely a cultural moment.
1,000%.
Now, you know what else is for the culture?
What?
Ooh, STARZ has teamed up with Jermaine Dupri and a few other notable names to produce a Magic City documentary. Shout out to my girl Gigi McGuire. That's
Please
my
shout
dog.
out to Gigi, because if you
shout out
ain't
to
say it,
Gigi.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah, if y'all don't, I love me some
Period,
Gigi.
Gigi.
I love me some Gigi.
Me too. Nice and centered up in the middle of the photo. Yes, Gigi. Let the girls know I am her.
She is
still
an
her.
OG
Yes.
at Magic City. So they will be coming out with this documentary series, and when I tell y'all I'm here for it, I'm here for it.
Me too.
I don't know. I think I've been here for strip club culture for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now, most people would say that's crazy, because I'm one who go to the strip club and fall asleep. But I have fun.
You fall asleep.
I fall asleep anywhere, by the way.
My God.
But I can literally sit in the booth and be knocked out.
That's insane. Now,
But I have fun.
long as you have you a time, that's all that matter. Now, we do have to talk about the fact that JD is on this movie as well as Drake. And there's a couple of other people as well in the mix. So I'm excited to see what goes down, because the people say that Atlanta is the strip club mecca. So I would like to see what it's going to give. Like, I really want to see, because I beg to differ. I feel like Miami strip clubs is where it's at, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's one of those situations where you get a taste of, wherever you at, right?
Yeah.
Miami strip clubs, I guess we say that because we from there.
Yeah.
And we had we don't get that little sauciness up here. I
No,
don't see the
they
Cubanos
back
on the
home.
strip club in Atlanta. Atlanta is just straight big booty.
Yeah, for sure.
Literally.
Body.
Shaking, everything. Now, in Miami, of course, you go down there, you see a little Cuban, you see them doing the little strip tease, they're doing the little swish
You
on
got
the
your
pole.
Tootsie vibes, then you got your G5 vibes, where you can go in there and somebody probably sticking and juking and she butt naked.
Atlanta
you know what
is the
I'm saying?
ballerinas. That's what they call them.
Oh, I could see that.
Atlanta is the land of
They
the
the pole
ballerinas.
girls, pole work. I know that's right, y'all. That take a lot of technique. Now, Dante, is this for the culture for you?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Especially with my dog, Gigi McGuire, and of course.
Yeah, most definitely. This is for the culture for me as well, because it's one of those things where it's like the strip club has had a lot of influence on the hip hop culture. So it's like, let's see what's going on.
That's when
behind the
music was
strip
broke.
Club walls.
That's how you can tell if you got a hit. Take it to the strip club.
Yep, that's where a lot of deals are made. A lot of meetings are had. You know what I'm saying? So like, this shall be fairly interesting to see.
And especially for Magic City specifically.
Yeah.
Like, not even thinking about any other strip club. Magic City, in its own right, is cultural because it's a cultural staple.
Yeah.
You know, especially for the city of Atlanta, like in Georgia, it's a cultural staple. You can't come to Atlanta and say, "Oh, I'm visiting," and you don't go to Magic City.
Yeah, this is very true.
I think even the most corporate people have been in Magic City.
Now, Dante, we have to talk about Boosie because he's back in the public eye, but for some really, really good things. So Boosie is putting together a scholarship along with the family of Caleb Wilson, the young man who passed while pledging for Omega Psi Phi at Southern University. So this is amazing. I feel like this is a good way to remember Caleb. Mm-hmm. This is a good way to give back to the community, and all the proceeds from the Boosie Bass Festival is going straight to this scholarship. So this is amazing. I love to see it, and with Boosie being from Louisiana, I'm almost sure that this was one of those things that tugged on his heart and he just had to get in the mix of it. Mm-hmm. But Boosie has had a cute little run, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Between his scholarship and his interview with Jason Lee, I don't know what Boosie got coming up, but he's definitely trying to put us all in our, like, I love Boosie phase right now.
I'm not gonna lie, Boosie, you just made your way back on the cultural docket for me again today.
Literally.
Once again, Boosie is usually clickbait for me, but today you're cultural. Because honestly, I think that is a good thing for him to do, especially because, you know, he's from Louisiana. So I'm sure he can share the, not just the relationship, but just like the walk of life, the culture, all that stuff that they share. And just to see him feel the need to stick himself out there and give back in that way is very commendable, because it's also needed around this time. You know, the family, I'm pretty sure that they're still going through it. Yeah. So to see Boosie, somebody of his stature, to come down and say, hey, I want to do this for your family, just in light of Caleb Wilson, I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it definitely is. This is definitely for the culture for me.
Now, another thing that's for the culture, I don't know if you got a chance to look at it, but Young Miami just sat down with Club Shay Shay.
Very cute.
On yesterday. Now, if y'all haven't seen the interview, Young Miami and Shannon Sharpe sat down on his podcast, and when I tell you, she sent the internet in an uproar, and they still going on fire, but for a different reason this time. Yeah. So the initial response to her interview was that people saw her in a different light.
Yeah.
They felt like for the first time they saw a different persona out of Young Miami that was not the City Girls, or was not her City Girl energy.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and she spoke about a lot of different things in this interview. So she spoke about her departure from QC. Mm-hmm. She spoke a little bit about her dating styles and her dating life. They also played a game of Carisha Please. So the whole interview was kind of, it started and that kind of went along with the idea of playing the game as asking questions. So that also, I think that's what allowed her to kind of that veil down a little bit.
For sure.
And have that organic interaction with them. And they was looking at each other's feet, you know, like it was a real funny thing.
It was a very cute interview. Like, I agree with the people. It served us the energy that we needed to see from her.
Right.
Not necessarily like uppity girl energy or like not city girl, bad girl stuff. Like, it was literally like we was having a conversation with Carisha.
Right. She was a real girl on that interview. She was actually relatable. So like, if you read through the comments, a lot of the comments said this is the first time I related to her.
Yeah.
Some of the people watch her show.
True.
But this was the first time, like, they even, especially the guys. Now, we do know a lot of guys for a while, they like to bash her in the comments, right?
I thought the men love her.
Men love her, but there's a lot of men that bash her as well. There's like specifically comments what I would read. It's like, I didn't like her at first. After this interview, I like her. You know, and that was across the board. Yeah. So I commend Young Miami for being able to step into a new light. You could tell she's in a new energy. She even said it in the interview. She was basically stating that she is all about her right now.
Yeah.
This is her time. This is her space. And she's just focusing on her mental state. And I like that for her.
Yeah, the maturity's there. You can see it. Mm-hmm. Like, you can see it and you can feel it. And I think that's what everybody is seeing when they see this interview. But it's still fun. Right. And it's still true to her being Young Miami at the same time. Her doing the Carisha Please game while doing it showed that fun side of her. For sure.
Like, they was in it. Shannon Sharpe was in it.
Yeah, he was. Tried to shoot his shot
a little bit.
Modestly a couple of times, but we'll take it because it was very modest. It wasn't too direct. It wasn't too nothing. It was a very fun interview. Like, they literally laughed the whole time.
Right. Now, something else came up out of this interview, though. So he asked her a question, just about, like, just how she felt about with the internet and things. And she gave an example, basically stating that, like, you can't do anything to really please people, so you really should just focus on you. Yeah. And her example, she used Lizzo. So she mentioned in the interview that with Lizzo, people was mad that she was fat at one time, and then when she lost weight, they was like, oh, they miss her being fat. She don't look good. And she used that as a way of saying, like, you can't please anyone, so just do you. Yeah. Now, that sparked Lizzo to give her a call on live today, actually. Oh, yeah. And she asked her, well, what did she mean by that? So apparently Lizzo took it at first offensive, but she didn't realize in the moment Young Miami wasn't being offensive. She was actually giving her her big ups. Yeah. And now the fans are kind of debating with Lizzo about why did she feel the need to do that. Yeah, it's giving like, Lizzo, was it stamped by you're still insecure, or were you just trying to ride the wave?
It's given she wanted a quick little moment off of something that was very light, because I understand the example that Young Miami gave. And to speak to the insecurities part, like, a lot of things that people don't understand is when you go through a weight loss journey, it's also mental. It's not just your physical. So if your mental and your physical don't align when you go through that journey, then sometimes you can be a little touchy about stuff. But the reason why I feel like Lizzo shouldn't have said nothing at all is simply because you were proud of you being big. You're proud of you being smaller. So what are we talking about? You had the confidence either way. The cookie crumbled. So a conversation is kind of pointless.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. When I saw it, I was like, I don't think she should have came at Young Miami as if she was trying to get straightening. I think she should have really just if she wanted to have that moment, she should have got on the phone and said, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for
nothing at all.
Thank you for standing up for me. I mean, if you gonna do it.
Or nothing at all. I would take nothing at all for 1,000. I'm not going.
Personally, I would take nothing at all too. Yeah. So, but if you ask me, the whole interview was for the culture though.
Yeah, I agree. It was very cute. We have Johnathan Major and Meagan Good, who have announced that they are officially married. And this is like hot off the press, y'all. They've literally been married for like 3-4 days at this point. Now, Johnathan Majors is definitely in the public eye right now because he's going on a press run for his movie that we talked about last week. So this right here is just something that I think is very timely. I think that it is great PR. You know what I'm saying? I think that it works in Jonathan's favor. Mm-hmm. He did state that it was only 4 people in attendance to the wedding and that they got married at their home. One of their moms is an ordained minister, so she did it. So it was both the moms and then Meagan and Johnathan. Now, my question is, well, what was her sister and Eric? Now, some of us wanted to come. Now, some of us wanted to come, some of us want to see, but I'm not mad at the intimate setting of just making it happen, because sometimes these things get turned into like really big and lavish things, and then you look back at it and you be like, dang, that was a waste of money. So I think that with Meagan previously being married and Jonathan's relationships and stuff being so public, they probably felt like we just wanted this moment to ourselves.
If you ask me, I'm not mad at it either. I really feel like that was why they did it. Mm-hmm. And we could be wrong, but I do feel like there's a sense of right now, let's just celebrate what you have going on. Yeah. And we can worry about celebrating this publicly later. But let's do it. Let's get it out the way. Let's get married, because we want to be, we want that union. We want that. So let's do it, and we can do the big wedding later. But let's focus on what we got in front of us now, because we all know weddings do take a lot of time, energy, money, space, etc.
Neither one of them probably don't have the time right now. Right. Definitely with his movie about
He's probably not even in the mental space to deal with everybody coming in for a wedding.
Yeah. The thought process of it. I'm just thinking about my family, or just like people's family in general. Like, You got to come up with a list. You got to come up with a menu. It's just so much to do. And I think that they took the smart route. Like, we doing it for us. It's not for the public. It's not for the masses. It's not for nobody to praise or condemn. This is for us. So,
and I mean, it's probably not as talked about as much, but I think a lot of people do that though. Get married like under the table first, and then come out with like this big lavish wedding later down the line.
Yeah.
But for the sake of their union, they might get married in the courthouse or something quietly, just to get it out the way. And on paper, we're married. Like legally, we're married.
Yeah.
But to the world, y'all may or may not know yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at it. I'm here for it. Now, I'm going to say that this right here is just some clickbait, but this is like happy clickbait. This is like love is in the air clickbait. So we'll take it, because sometimes clickbait gets that negative connotation simply because a lot of the time y'all be showing y'all ass, and that's how y'all end up on the side of clickbait things. But this time, very cutesy, very demure, very much love.
I definitely think this was, I'm going to have to give it clickbait, but once again, good clickbait, just like you said. Because I also think it's the reason of everything that he has going on in the media right now. This is a way to continuously push what's good. And that's a good thing, right? It's not a bad thing, because I feel like for so long, people always want to focus on the negative, especially for somebody like Johnathan. He just got his movie. He just got, all that other stuff off of his back. Let's put out the positive energy. Now, let's reap those benefits. And I think that's what's really happening right now. And I'm not mad at that. Shit, if I was your manager or your PR, I would tell you to do the same thing.
Yeah, it would have been on the list for me too as a PR. Like, we're getting married.
Like, let's blast this.
For sure.
All right, Daisha, so we cannot move on without talking about some of the crimes that's going on this week, because this week has been crazy in hip-hop for just crime after crime after crime. I don't know what y'all out here doing, but y'all above my pay grade. Now, if you ask me, Daisha, it's crazy out in the streets.
No, it is. The rappers is thugs, and the thugs is rappers and killers and drug dealers.
So if y'all don't know, the LA Crip leader, who was a part of the Rolling 60s, which is the same set that your boy Nipsey Hussle was a part of, well, he has been indicted on RICO charges. Now, they said that it's a conspiracy that he's a part of trafficking, extortion, murder, all type of crazy stuff. Like I told y'all before, I'm not a street guy, so I don't know nothing about that. I'm sorry. But it's crazy.
It's definitely getting very ghetto in the streets now. As we talk about these hip-hop crimes, we also have to talk about Yella Beezy, who has also been arrested and charged with capital murder in interest of Mo3's death. So it's a lot going on in the streets. The streets is really streeting. Like, I know we be playing from time to time, but the streets is streeting. Niggas is dying every day.
The funny thing about the Mo3 situation was that, he had said previously he didn't know him, and then they saw him in pictures together. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, people do that. People act like I don't know niggas.
I don't know them. They were just in the picture.
Yeah, I just saw them at a party in passing. Now, with this situation, they're stating that there was a hitman hired by Yella Beezy to take out Mo3, and we all know the story behind Mo3 and him being on the highway, exiting the highway, his car getting shot up, and all those different things. And I just feel some type of way, because I like both of them a lot. Like, a lot. I fuck with Yella Beezy, but I also fuck with Mo3. So I'm very, conflicted, and I'm very upset about this. But,
as I told you last week, the Aquarius in me is not attached to anybody. So I could be a fan of both and not care nothing about whose side is who. I don't have a side in the matter. I don't have a steak, nor cheese, nor breakfast in it. Yeah. I'm on my own side, which is I'm just sitting from the fan sideline.
I am a civilian.
Now, also in other news, we have Sauce Walka, who was actually just recently shot this weekend after a show, by the way, in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, what's crazy is that he was shot, and it was his other guy, what his name? Sayso P?
Yes.
He was also shot as well. Now, there was a few other people in this situation that happened that was murdered, but these guys, they made it out good, thank God. I'm a fan of Sauce Walka, so that is kind of hard to hear.
Yeah.
But once again, crazy. Now, if y'all don't know, he is stable now. He's home. He's propped up his leg.
Okay.
My dog is doing okay.
Yeah.
And I ain't mad at that.
Well, at least that's some good news coming out of it, because this is literally where rapping and the streets collide. And my biggest thing that I feel like I could say to this situation is, it seemed like a lot of people got one foot in and one foot out. You got to choose. You either want to be a thug or you want to be a rapper. And I understand how some of the thug money probably got you to be a rapper, so you got to pay some people back in order to not be a thug no more. But we got to get somewhere, because we losing rappers left and right. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to just say it like this. I think this is why when we talk about the culture of hip-hop and the state of where it's at right now, I truly feel like that is one of the reasons why hip-hop is not what it used to be or where it should be. And when I say used to be, I'm not talking about back in the days, because I know they had all that going on then as
They
well.
definitely did.
The problem is all of our, like, the people that we like are involved in some type of way in some drama that either they're not putting out music, or they're not putting out enough music, or they're dying. And who are we listening to now?
Yeah.
You know, we are losing the people that we're actually fans of.
Yeah. Now, this might be very hood of me to say, but part of me, a very small part of me, is kind of proud. This might sound crazy, but kind of proud of the fact that at least these are guys who somewhat live by what they rap, versus how we have like a lot of the new generation who have not done nothing, never ran no routes, never hit no licks, never shot at nobody, never nothing, and just rapping about all that stuff all the time like they know what it's about for real. So shout out to y'all boys for really saying y'all who y'all are. I mean,
if On Site was a person,
these niggas is it. Literally.
Now, lastly, before we get out of here and talk about the rest of what's going on in the music world, we can't forget to talk about my boy Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
Pooh Shiesty is out of jail, you guys.
He is home. He is home, baby.
Now,
I love that. I said I love that.
I love that too. I actually like the fact that Pooh Shiesty is out, because now we can get some more music and we can start wearing our Shiesty caps.
Don't wear them shits. Don't listen to Dante. That's why all the YNs is YNing real hard. Y'all just walking around in them shits all throughout the day, midday, late at night. No, it's not a look. Take it off. I hate it, Dante. I can't believe you promoted that on Culture or Clickbait.
It's cold.
No, it ain't. Not no more.
We still got another week of cold before the spring actually hits.
Niggas gon' nigga anyway, but continue.
Now, so I would say when we talk about all the crime stuff, none of that for me is the culture. That's literally clickbait. But Pooh Shiesty is definitely for the culture.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Some of this stuff is for the culture for me. It ain't that clickbaity. You know why? Because it's real. It's a part of the music culture. It's a part of these people's lives. It's happening around us every damn day. It's just a part of being a hood nigga.
It is what it is.
This is some hood nigga cultural shit.
SOCKS.
Literally.
It is what it is. Now, Daisha, let me ask you. So this week, you know, Jess Hilarious was in the media as well. Mm-hmm. She had a back and forth online about just the state of her job at Breakfast Club. Yep. Now, if you guys don't know, Jess Hilarious, she went live and she really gave away some of her grievances about how she felt about the team at Breakfast Club, some of her co-hosts, and specifically her relationship with Lauren LaRosa. Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't know, Lauren LaRosa is a journalist at Breakfast Club, and she used to be at TMZ before then. There was a lot going on the inside, and when Jess put out her feelings, I'm not gonna lie, I actually understood where she was coming from, and I understood the reason to feel like she needed to be heard on social media.
Yeah.
The biggest question here, though, is do you think she followed the right protocol with this? Because, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't end badly for her, I don't think, because seemingly they made up live on the radio. So they went live, the radio station, they had I want to say that was Thursday maybe? Mm-hmm. Thursday, but most of the whole day, that was the conversation. So it was her having a mitigation between her and Lauren, and then her actually expressing her grievances to Charlamagne and DJ Envy about how she felt and how they made her feel. And for a second, it almost got heated, but then, you know, they calmed it back down.
Yeah.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm not gonna lie, because a part of me feels like it was a good thing, but a part of me feel like, did she kind of mess up the future of her career? There.
I feel like that's a good question, right? I feel like that's one of those things that only time will tell. But I feel like when you get a room full of like passionate, creative people, there's a certain amount of grace and understanding that is there. So I think that with Jess being who Jess is, and has always been, she's been a very vocal person, and she tap on subjects that are necessarily the most comfortable or the easiest for people to talk about. So I think this was kind of up her alley in the type of conversation and the way she had it and everything, the way she displayed herself. I think that Lauren was very like graceful and gracious with the whole process of everything, but then she also had her little moments like, all right now Jess, I'm not a child, I'm a grown woman. And I love that for both of them, because sometimes there is just like slight miscommunication that's happening around. Some things, some people feel like you shouldn't be made privy to certain information because it does not make or break your role, or there's not something that we need you to do with that information, so we not making you privy to it. And I think that that's exactly what it was. I think it was mainly miscommunication. But like Jess said, she said at first she didn't like Lauren, but then she said when she thought about it, it's some of the like optics of things that's making it seem like she don't like Lauren, and her issue isn't directly with Lauren for real. It's with the miscommunication. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I slightly understand, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that it's gonna hinder her either, because Jess was Jess before the Breakfast Club, and I think that she will be Jess after the Breakfast Club as well.
I can truly say that, even down to the fact that you see she's still getting booked.
Yeah.
So she's still getting her bookings even after the Breakfast Club debacle. Like I said, my whole thing was, and I just wanna, I wish at some point we can even have that conversation with her, just kind of understand like what was her mindset in that moment when she decided to say what she needed to say. Because I've been in situations too myself where you ever felt like, this is the only way my point gonna get made.
Yeah.
You know, I can beat around the bush, we can talk in office, and it just gotta go over everybody's head until you kind of, what they say, show people I ain't the one to be messed with.
Yeah.
I will call y'all out.
Fuck around and find out. I'm very fuck around and find out.
I feel like that was her moment of, I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah. Sometimes you do gotta get like that. It is a way in which to do it. But, I mean, sometimes people got you fucked up, you just got to show them. Now, I do think that it was a high emotional situation. She just came off of having a baby. It's another woman in the mix. And then you have Lauren, who has a producer's background and everything. And then you have Jess, who has like a comedian and social media influencer background. So is there a little bit of challenging that's happening there? For sure. Is there a sense of like slight insecurity because Lauren probably have more skin in the game? It could possibly be. It's a bunch of different things that could be going on in her mind right now. And then just having mommy emotions in general, everybody in the room is under fire at any moment, at any time, depending on what it is that she feel in this exact moment. So,
and I feel like her comedic vibe that she brings to the show is honestly needed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I like Lauren. I like Lauren for what she does. DJ Envy, Charlamagne, they all are good.
Yeah.
But I think for me, Jess always brought the funny.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me watching.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear the jokes. I want to hear the punchlines. You know, I want to hear Jess with the best.
For sure.
You know, that attracts me.
I agree. I think Jess is a star. If we had to compare the two, Jess is a star. I think that Lauren is more commercial. They both have their strong suits.
So would you say this for the culture or clickbait?
I would say this is clickbait. This was just like some clickbait and some insight on like the ins and outs of how certain stuff be happening. But let's be clear. I think the Breakfast Club franchise is probably one of the messiest franchises put together. Simply because it's always something around who hosting a show or who beefing with who. DJ Envy used to be beefing with people. Charlamagne used to be beefing with people. It's just always something going on there. So I'm gonna say this was clickbait.
In the case of Jess, I will say this was clickbait, but it was needed clickbait. Like we said, I think she needed that moment to kind of set the tone for what's to come and her trajectory there.
Yeah. All right, now, Dante, before we get out of these trending topics, we do have to talk about George Foreman, who passed at the age of 76 years old. And if you guys aren't aware who George Foreman is, he was also a boxer, but then he had his infamous grill. That back in the day, before we had a what y'all be using all the time, the little air fryer, the air fryer. You see, I don't use the air fryer. TT still cook. Before we had the air fryer, we had a George Foreman grill. And baby, let me tell y'all, I used to grill me down some chicken back in Seminole Grand days and some hamburgers, baby. The best grilled chicken I have ever had on a little mini grill. So now this is very heart-wrenching, and this is just not something that we're necessarily happy to report about, but we have to talk about people in their light and their influence and the different things that they did as well. So
I'm not gonna lie, his death definitely took me off guard. It was something I did not expect to wake up and see or just like anticipate coming. But to go even further to like your comment about just like their contributions, if you ask me, George Foreman is one of those people who made such a significant contribution to the idea of the George Foreman grill, to the point where you get a mini grill and call it a George Foreman, and it might not even be a George Foreman.
Yeah.
Like literally, if you got any type of mini grill at home, at grill any of those products, you saying my George Foreman grill, and it ain't even a George Foreman grill. That shows how the power of his brand is so strong that it just takes up the space.
Yeah.
Like by itself, just by the name alone. So, I mean, if you ask me, George Foreman has did some great things in, you know, his career and what he has been able to offer to the culture. So, if you ask me, his death definitely is not for the culture, but the remembering of his legacy is definitely for the culture.
Always and forever.
Now, in new music, we do have some new music today. Oh, my heart has been touched.
Boy, by who?
We can start off with my home team girl, TheGirlJT.
Period.
JT had just released her highly anticipated single, Ran Out. All my strip club girls, get to the club. Go get that money.
Period. The visual was very cute, very tea. Love the blonde wig. Love the little limo car ride with all the girls in it.
No, like the video was actually dope. It was very unique.
Very on brand. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not a JT hype like person. I'm not. I love her down because she's from Miami, and I love like the culture of our city that she represents. But I was not a city Cinderella girl that just felt like that project was so hard and JT so hard and making this major comeback. I wasn't on that wave. But I think that this right here, this shit right here, hit.
I'm not gonna lie. I like JT. She's so ratchet.
She is, but it's also bougie too, like right. In a little classy.
Like you could tell she ghetto as fuck, and I love it. I love every bit of it, and not in a bad way. Like when I say ghetto, I mean like look at the visual.
Yeah,
the visual is telling. Like you can show she puts on for Miami in the most authentic way because that's Miami.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Literally,
that's how it's going down.
Yeah,
you know,
it's everywhere.
Even in her raps, like the way she raps, to me, JT embodies that cultural. Like her entire experience of coming up in Miami, you can tell she embodies it.
Yeah,
she shows it off in a way of, y'all know I'm from South Florida.
For sure.
Like I can definitely hear Jackie O when she rap. I can definitely hear like older ages of like Trina and some of the other girls in her rap. So it's like definitely for me, JT is one of them ones that I feel like is gonna blossom into who she really supposed to be at some point. But I'm just gonna keep back and keep watching.
Yeah, me too. Now, we also have Halle Bailey, who's teaming up with Glorilla to do some music as well. So that's super cute. Dante, you know a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so basically, if y'all didn't see, Halle had showed a little clip on her Instagram that showed her and Glorilla actually have this single coming out. Well, actually, she did it on her live. So she was on a live stream. She did it. And I think that is another one of those moments where I want to see what it's like. The snippet actually sounds pretty good. I'm not going to even hold you. And just to hear Glorilla and Halle on the same record, I'm interested to see what that might be like.
Me too. I feel like there's two different worlds colliding. So I'm excited to see what they do because that can be something that either hits or miss really bad. Mm-hmm. So we shall see. But I'm ready to see what they do.
Now, also in new music, Jack Harlow and Doja Cat put out this dope single. Now, if y'all don't know, Jack Harlow been trying to get a Doja Cat project feature for a while. And my dog finally got the feature. And they killed it. The visual was nice. It was like real. There's a lot of people who made cameos in the video too. Like Pink Pantherist. And there was like an actor, I forget his name, but I know exactly
I feel like I know who you're talking about too. I can't think of his name either. I'm drawing a blank. But I do think that Just Us as a song was in true fashion of Jack Harlow. Mm-hmm. Like we haven't heard him in a little minute, and I feel like him popping back out with this gives us like Jack Harlow 2.0 almost, but still true to himself, still true to his brand. Now, I love Doja down. I love Doja Cat down, and it's ridiculous, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really moved by her verse. Mm-hmm. I feel like it was cute, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying cute in a funny way. It was genuinely like cute. It didn't make me like go crazy, and I feel like Doja is one of those rapper girls that really can be up there with the Doechis that can really have some wordplay and really know how to play with her cadence and her sound and everything. And I just don't know if she gave me all of what I feel like I wanted on this, but maybe she felt limited with how hard she can go because it's a Jack Harlow song.
And so, I think even with the song itself, the song, like you said, you think her verse was cute. I feel like the song was just one of them cute songs.
Yeah, I get that.
Like that's what I got from it anyway. Like I think that it was supposed to have been calm and chill.
Yeah.
Because if she honestly would have did a true Doja Cat fashion of just like really spitting, it probably would have dominated the record and maybe overshadowed Jack Harlow.
Listen, when you ask somebody to be on your song, be ready to get in the booth, bitch. That's the best way to explain it, because don't ask nobody who that you like, you know, is hard, like, and could come hard, and then you don't come that hard, and then they dumb themselves down to be on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like, I prefer everybody to just come hard. Just come hard, literally. Now, Dante, we also have Wale, who got some new music out with Blanco. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I haven't taken a listen.
I didn't get a chance to listen to Wale's new song.
No, me neither.
But I added it to my playlist. I just ain't listened yet. It's so much new music came out this weekend. I haven't listened to a lot of stuff yet.
It's just been so much new everything that's happening. New niggas going to jail. New niggas dropping music. New niggas with charges. It's just so much new marriages, new movies. It's a lot.
I told y'all this week was crazy.
No, it was. Wale, we so sorry, but we gonna take a listen for real.
No, like, for real. We definitely gonna listen to Wale. I already got it in my playlist. I just ain't listened yet.
Me too. You in my library, my boy. Now, we also have Moneybagg Yo, who put out his new single, Close the Door, and I like the visual for it. I think that the visual was very symbolic, and it matched like the name. Mm-hmm. He's going in and out of different rooms with closed doors, you know what I'm saying, and kind of showing different chapters of his life in a sense, and showing how those doors closed and how he's on to something new. So I thought that this was good. And then as far as how he wrote out the song, I think that it was very Moneybagg Yo fashion.
Right.
Like, he didn't necessarily go for a super radio worthy like song. This is more like a storytelling situation, and y'all know me, I like storytelling rap. So I'm very here for this track.
No, definitely. When I heard it, that was the first thing I said. I said the storytelling element of this song is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's definitely Moneybagg Yo coded, like
through and through,
all the way. Now, on top of Moneybagg Yo, y'all, if y'all haven't heard it, Lil Durk and Jhené Aiko came out with their new song, I Can't Hide It. Now, if you don't know, Lil Durk and Jhené Aiko made a banger, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. Why I say so that? Too. Because anytime you can get Jhené Aiko to speak her talk that
yeah,
it's a good record.
For sure. And we have Durk and India, who used this record to announce that they are married as well.
Right. That was what they said at the beginning. So she was like, what she say? What's your relationship status?
Yeah, because the girlies are gonna be upset with me. Period. He said
married
with wife. That's what it is. And I love that for them. Now, this was a great song to me as well. I'm not gonna lie, this was one of the ones that I would like let loop 3 times back to back and just keep playing. It was really good. And Jhené is one of those girls that she does not miss for me.
I like when Janae talk her shit.
Dirk, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Me and Dirk be in and out. It just depends on what it is that he's talking about. Because all my life, you know what I'm saying? That was cute, very for the people, very for the community. And then sometimes Dirk has some stuff that just be like very hippity hoppity bippity boppity, and I don't know what's going on there. But this was like the perfect tempo of a song. Like I feel like it was the cute, like a cute gesture to give India his new wife, you know what I'm saying? So I thought this was good. And like you said, anybody that could get Janae to talk her shit, we live for it.
Now, can I tell you what this song reminded me of?
What?
Oh, please hope they don't kill me for this one.
What?
Dirk and Dage.
Oh, no, I see why you say that, though. No, I see why you say that, but Dage done moved on, baby. She locked in with Jacquees, and they trying to do their little Dirk and Dage vibe. Dirk and Queez.
When?
Where have you been?
Ain't he dating Deion Sanders' daughter?
Yes, but him and Dage have been on a whole media run in reference to their project that they put out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like dating.
No, not for real. They just got instead of the Dirk and Dage vibe, it's very Dage and
Queez.
Yeah, right now.
Well, thank you for that siren, because I was going to say, what?
No.
All right, y'all. So that was another great episode of Culture of Clickbait. You know, I'm your boy, Dante.
And I'm your girl, Deja E.
And y'all know what we do. We take the hottest in sports, music, and entertainment, and we decide if it's for the culture or
simply for clicks.
Until next time, back. And we're out. Coffee.
Lint roller.